All right, we'll be live in a second. There we go.
All right. Thanks, Braden. This is the November 10th meeting of the Berrien County Community Correction Advisory Board. Welcome, everybody. We've got a short agenda today, so I'll call this meeting to order. First item of business is the approval of the minutes from the October 21st meeting that we had. I trust everybody's received a copy of what Haley has sent out. And if there's a motion to approve those minutes, it would be appropriate now.
I would make that motion to approve the minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. Seconded by Judge Cotter. All those in favor of approving those minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you. Those minutes are approved. Haley, turn to you for 2020 end of year update.
Okay, so in looking at the year-end report, first off, we have met all of our contractual conditions, and they were all met by in the mid-year report, except for number 11. But we have since the board has since voted to make appropriate mid-year budget adjustments at our May 5th meeting, so that contractual condition has been met as well now. And then in looking at our objectives, the first objective was to reduce the overall prison commitment rate from 25.3% in fiscal year 18 to 23%. We have met that objective of 23%. In the first half of fiscal year 2020, the overall prison commitment rate was 21.7%, which is a slight reduction from what I presented at the mid-year report, which was 21.8%, and that was based on fiscal year 19 data. All of this data is provided by the Office of Community Corrections in the Omni reports. Objective number 2, to reduce the Group 2 straddle cell prison commitment rate from 55.8% to 48%. That objective has been met. And in the first half of fiscal year 2020, the Group 2 straddle cell PCR or prison commitment rate was 20.3%. Which is even a reduction from the mid-year report, which was 35.7%. And that mid-year report was, again, based on fiscal year 2019 data. Objective number 3, this was an objective we were not meeting at the mid-year report. And we were at 29 based on fiscal year 2019 data. However, we are now meeting this objective because in the first half of fiscal year 2020, the prison commitment rate of new sentence probation violators was 10. So we're on track to meet that objective. The fourth objective, to reduce the prison commitment of technical probation violators from 37 to 30, is one that we are not quite making. We actually were satisfying this objective at the mid-year report based on fiscal year 2019 data. As of now, we appear to be meeting this objective because that we are at 21. However, again, this is mid-year data, so we're not on track to meet that objective of 30. I did go over at our October 21st meeting, I went over the budget utilization for the fiscal year as well as the program utilization. So I won't repeat myself on that unless someone has questions about that. And again, you can find in the narrative tab, you can find more information about that and all of the background to meet that.
Hey, Haley, I have a question. Who comes up with the numbers in those 4 straddle cell, like from 37% to 30%? Who develops those numbers?
So these numbers were developed by the board and Frank Samsel when he was the Community Corrections Advisory Board manager. And so this is presented at the mid-year time when we're working to approve the budget documents to submit for the grant application. So this is all created in the application. So the 2021 numbers were given to the board in May when we had that meeting. So May of 2019 would have been when we came up with these numbers. And when I did my calculations for 2021, I based that on data, and then at the recommendation of the Office of Community Corrections, made an attainable goal.
So those numbers may originate with the Office of Community Corrections, but are adopted by the board?
This is more so, these numbers are more so created based on our data that is given to us by the Omni reports, and then based on past years and our history. So based on history of improvements and continuing to make those improvements.
Well, and that's, just, just for the record, Steve is at a different meeting today, but the prosecutor kind of fits in the middle of all this in the sense that we don't have a whole lot to say about, obviously the middle of the case is what we deal with. And I don't always agree with that necessarily those commitment rates going down are an improvement. I don't know who's to say that commitment rate that is lower is better than a commitment rate that is higher. Obviously, it's better for the state because there's not as many people going to prison. But again, that's one beef I've always had with this, is that I don't know that necessarily in every case is a good thing. So that stated, I don't need to say it again.
All right, anybody else have any questions or comments for Haley as it relates to anything that she's talked about here today, or even last time, our October 21 meeting as well?
I will just add that too, part of that is based on the state board priorities of the state community corrections board as well.
Right, and I think we all get, Mike, that their priorities and your priorities as a Berrien County prosecutor may not be identical. There's no question about that. Okay, one more time. Anybody else have anything for Haley here? All right, then, Haley, what do you need us to do as it relates to approving? We need to vote to approve what you just presented, this 2020 year-end report?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Can I have a motion to approve the 2020 year-end report, please?
I'll make that motion to approve the 2020 year-end report.
All right. Thank you, Sheriff Bailey.
I'll support.
All right. Thank you, Chris. All those in favor of approving the 2020 year-end report that Haley just presented, please indicate so by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? Okay, hearing none, then that year-end report is approved. Haley, any other business that we need to discuss?
No other business to discuss at this time.
Anybody else have anything that needs to be discussed at this time? Okay, we're gonna have a quick meeting. Then I guess we'll open it up for public comments. Braden, if we'll give it a minute here as we generally do to see if anybody's listening, and if they want to say anything.
So far, it appears we don't have any comment. We'll give another minute here.
Okay, thank you, Braden.
I feel pretty confident that the one watcher is probably my workstation that pulled up YouTube after I connected us, and there are no comments.
Okay, very well. Then the next meeting is scheduled for January 20th, 2021. That'll be, I believe, 12:15 via Zoom, but we'll get that set up well in advance of that, so you can calendar that date. Haley, is there anything else we need to talk about this afternoon?
No, nothing else. Just on meetings, I still have not received the official contract from the Office of Community Corrections. So yes, our next meeting is January 20th.
All right. Anything else, anyone? Hearing nothing, then is there a motion to adjourn before us?
Move to adjourn.
Thank you, Judge Smith.
Support.
Thank you, Chief Unruh. Okay,